Hello, everybody. Something kind of on my mind right now, because of a talk I had this morning, I guess, is a mistake that I see happen all the time. People do this continually. Is they will mistaken they will take not perfect to not working, and so they will scrap what is not perfect and go on to something else, uh, because they think that because something isn't perfect, there's still problems in that area, that it's not working. When really, all it needs to be done is improved upon. Nothing, I don't believe nothing that you do is going to be perfect. Not one thing that we do, just because something you still have, uh, one problem in whatever that area is, one mistake, doesn't mean you scrap what you're doing and go on to something else. Because then all you find yourself doing is going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. I mean, when I think of this as like a good example of, as far as society goes, is racism. They'll want to, because there's racism still in the world, they'll want to scrap what's being done. They'll tend to say what we're doing to prevent racism is not working because there's still racism. And the thing is, there's always going to be racism. There's racism is like theft. It's like, thieves, murderers, rapists, child molesters, people that torture animals, whatever the flavor is, people that lie. Racism is no different than that. It's always going to be, there's always, at the very least, and of 8 billion people, there's going to be one. And I know there's going to be a lot more than that. So, but what we're doing, is there less racism? Yeah, there's less racism than 1950s, because lo and behold, if you treat people of different races the same as your race, and you do the best to treat those people the same, treat everybody the same, and regardless of race, don't even, I hate that that's even a thing. It turns out that problem tends to, because that's really all racism is a particular race being treated different than the other races. But then people will say, well, it still exists. There's still, I know of, whatever. I run into this guy on the bus using N-word or whatever. He showed, he made some racial remark. Well, it's always going to exist. So to say that happened, well, then we should just do some DEI crap. And so what has that done? That's made the other race resentful, because now they're being treated different. One other race is being shown favoritism. So now you've increased racism, because you scrapped the whole, just, don't have colored bathrooms, don't have, get in the back of the bus and all that bull crap. Treat everybody the same, but then you got those people out there that's, well, it's still, still exists, so that's not working. Apparently that's not, well, newsflash, it's always going to exist. I think of it as like defund the police crap that they're talking about. So they want to scrap the whole police department because there's one person committing crime. Well, What do they find out? You scrap the police department. Now there's twice as much crime. It's no different than, having mosquitoes on your property. Well, these bats, apparently, they'll say bats eat so much their body weight in mosquitoes every night. Well, it don't look like they're doing that around here because I'm still getting bit with mosquitoes. Well, take the bats away and you might have like 50 mosquitoes on your face as soon as you stick your head out the door. You're going to be overrun by them. So, yeah, it's not perfect. They still exist. But that doesn't mean get rid of it. That means improve on it and continually, strive for perfection. You're never going to reach that. But acknowledge that it is working and keep it. And what's the saying? Don't let perfection be the thief of progress. And which I believe to be true. But I mean, those are two examples. But I see people falling into this pit all the time. And so I'll say that before I just keep droning on and repeating myself, that just don't let perfection, just because the problem still exists, maybe acknowledge that you have, it still exists, but instead of the event, the negative event happening 10 times, well, now it's happening one time. And maybe now you can keep what you've got and improve on that. And now maybe that one is, instead of one event a week, maybe it's one event every 2 weeks. And continue to go on and on with that. It's when you don't have any progress that you need to scrap what you're doing and move on to something else. Or if it's having the opposite effect, it's created more of the same problem. So I just wanted to say that little bit. Thank you.